So I got to edit this in, but I realized I talked for like 10 minutes, said a bunch of things, and my camera wasn't even running when it shut off. The fact is, I had it running to set the camera up. That's what you see to start with. And then I continue on after it shut off. But you didn't really miss out on a lot, except, I was talking about my credit score. So you get to hear about that first now. And, I started back in February to check it out. And, we're going to just go from here. So you understand why there's a cut in the video. I was an idiot. Okay, so it seems to have a little technical difficulty. For some reason, my camera and phone wanted to shut off and stuff, even though it's charged, so I don't understand. I think it might have been the power saving mode I put it on, so I turned that off. But back to the subject of credit, and back in January, when I decided to pay attention to this, I went to Credit Karma app, go check out your free credit report, and I thought, well, honestly, I didn't think my credit would be good, that's for sure. But come to find out that I only had one negative thing on my credit report, which was a credit card bill I didn't pay off, and it was only $265. Boom, gone. No medical bills, no late payments, no child support, no nothing. I had nothing on there and stuff. So it's like I didn't just like no credit, So I applied for a credit card, the Capital One Platinum. Of course, they send one to almost everybody on hand. And, and with my rating, I thought, all right. So I've been paying attention. And I'm pretty sure my credit score started out at about 500 or so, let's say. And, it went, as soon as I paid that debt off, it went up 80 points. And then ever since then, it's been an off and on thing with my score on hand, but I got it to almost 650. It's just under that right now, but you figure that's when it's in 6 months. So I've done 150 points in my credit score within less than 6 months. So I think that's doing pretty good, and the fact is I'm actually going to work on this, make it better and do good and continue on so I won't have any problems. So that's a lot of YouTube videos I watched, and with your credit score, one thing they talk about, which is really what this video is getting into, is passive income. They talked a lot about, how you make budgets and, manage your money and see what you're doing. And I'm not really good with that. I thought about budgeting, but I'm not going to budget my money. I do just fine the way I do now. It comes and goes, and if I lose a few dollars because I found it in a pocket, well, hey, this was a bonus for me. Not that I'm saying budgeting isn't a bad thing. It could be a very good thing and useful because, I can see where it would be helpful, but I've learned to budget on my own since, like, forever. So, even though I don't keep track on paper and know exactly where it's going, I get by and do just fine that way. But as what we all like to do and want to have is more money. So a couple years ago, I used to be, even a little before that, I used to be a pretty big seller on eBay. I'd always post and list my items, and, I like to sell books because, books are cheap and they sold well on hand, And when you go on eBay to start with, they'll allow you to list like 10 items. And then if you do good after a couple sales, they bump you up to 30 items. Now after that, what you have to do is you got to call in like every 3 months. If you have a good standing record and you do really good on eBay, they'll double that for you. So they'll give you like 60 sales, which is nice and stuff on hand. I'm saying, especially if you want to try to expand and, list more things, especially when you're doing books. If you do books, who does not have like 100 or 1,000 books just sitting around? You know what I'm saying? 10 books, psh, that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing at all. So I did that, and then I got up to 60 listings, and then I called in another 3 months later, and then after that, they believe they doubled it again, where they actually took it to like 120. I'm not positive about that one, but I know they raised it up. I think they doubled it again, so I got like 120 listings at a time. And it seemed like because I was posting and doing things continuously, eBay was generous enough to send me notices that they would give me free listings And so, like, sometimes they only give me 50 free listings on hand, but hey, that's 50 books. At $1 a book, it cost me maybe 50 cents to 2 cents to buy. I'm making money. I even bought this one book by James Patterson. It was some type of kid's book. It was a hardbound. I sold it for $20. I paid 2 cents for it. And I made 20 bucks because the people auctioned. I put all my books on auction. Do not, if you sell on eBay, make a guaranteed price. You know what? Because do you really need the money immediately? If you sell that book for $1, you really need that dollar today? I don't think so. So what you do is you put the book up for auction. Give it a week. Who cares? Because people love to outbid each other. How many bidding wars did I see on a few books? So instead of getting $1 for it, I got 2 or 3 because people bid multiple times on it because they really wanted it. And so I sold several books for actually really good money that way. But, you know, and then I remember I called into eBay again, and I don't remember, they gave me like 500 listings after that. I was like, whoa, that's way cool. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I went from like a big jump in number of items I could list. And I'll tell you what, it takes a lot of work to list 500 books. Thank God for scanners, because, you know, with a smartphone, otherwise I wouldn't have been able to do all that work myself. You know, and then I even called back again, and I believe eBay bumped me up to either 700 or 750 items per month. So if I really wanted to keep selling on eBay, I mean, I could list that many items, but the thing is, without free listings, you have to pay 30 cents per item. And see, sometimes when I listed items, I hit the little button that like renewed them for 2 weeks. So I didn't realize that, you know, they weren't being free, that I was actually getting charged 30 cents an item. You know, so let's take 50 items times 30 cents. And that's what, 15 bucks? You know, and take that time 2 weeks, that's $30. I got charged 30 bucks to list a bunch of books that I didn't sell. Because actually I sold quite a few books, but we're talking like, you know, 10 a month or something like that, you know, or 10 a week. Just depending on how many listings I put on and stuff like that. So I mean, it really that cost me too much. So but just like, you know, and they haven't sent me any free listings for a while, but I haven't been posting things either for, you know, off and on through the years, couple years. But I just love watching YouTube videos and stuff, and I don't know, I get on kicks from this and that, whatever I'm into at the moment, because I'm flighty. I do this, then I do that, and I do this, and then I do that, and I'm sort of like an elf that I'll start to build something and I'll walk away from it halfway finished because, you know, I don't know, I got something else to do with my life. I'm not worried about it. But back to where we're getting at, and things like, you know, I talked about my credit score and passive income. How can you make more money using passive income? I didn't really know what that term meant. What passive income is money you make by sort of doing nothing or putting time and effort into little things that you got. So that, you know, while you're actually working your 9-to-5 job, or, you know, I work 12 to 7 on hand, but you make money all the time. Constantly make money. How do rich people get rich? They're always making money. Even when they're asleep, they're making money. You know, and that's what we all want to do to achieve on hand. And I mean, I'm greedy. I'll be the first to admit it. Ask anyone. My wish as a child was to have lots of money. That's the only thing I asked for as a child. I just wanted money. Nothing else mattered. I thought everybody was rich because they had money. I didn't have any money. I wanted money. You know, I hustled. And believe me, I made some money. But I could spend some money too. So, you know, I definitely can indulge and splurge in the moment. So, you know, I don't think I'd ever have enough money, you know, per se. But so as for watching these videos lately on credit score and passive income, you know, one of the biggest things you see on there, I saw where people were talking about, you know, doing things, was affiliate accounts. You know, I'm like, what's an affiliate account? It's like you set up a website or a blog or a Facebook page, and you somehow get people to advertise or put items on there that they buy through your site or through you, and then like you get a commission. You know, there's that type of route you can go. and stuff like that. I mean, because people do vlogs. If you get sort of out there and get people to notice you, that's when it it starts to could probably make a couple dollars. But the big thing I kept seeing all over was like selling on Amazon. Well, I bought a few things on Amazon. I've checked it out, but I mean, I'll have to admit, I was a big eBay person for a long time because I mean that's just what was out there forever. And Amazon's cool. I liked it. I've done a few things. I didn't buy a Prime account because I don't spend enough on there, as seems like some people do. But I saw a little. I made $50,000 this month, or I made $1 million last year. I'm thinking, people do that on everything all the time anyways. I'm saying? I mean, anybody does that. If you really put your mind to it, you can really make some money. You can do something with your life if you try. You got to stop whatever you're doing right now, pay attention, and get things straight. Because you can do it. Anybody can do it. We're all the same people. I don't care who. If you're Bill Gates or you're Mary Lou Sue, you're still a human being. You can still do what everybody else does. We all make our own choices. So I just, spent hours and hours just watching videos and stuff on it. Like definitely, mostly last week. Last week was all about my credit score. And a couple weeks before that, I was getting into coin roll hunting because I'm always wanting to hustle up some extra money. And coins, you know what? Coins are valuable. If you find a coin that has some fucked up details to it, you can make a few extra bucks. I mean, do you realize some quarters are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? Just a quarter. Chalk and change. I mean, I just never really looked at my pocket change, but I tell you what, I'm going to look at every coin I ever come across for the rest of my life. Every one of them. I will search them all. In fact, I notice I got a habit now when the cashiers open their drawer, I tend to look into see because I like gold dollars. And I haven't found any of the store yet, but I believe I'm going to keep looking until I find some somewhere. The bank has them sometimes. It's an off and on hassle, but I get what I get. I mean, I don't have a lot of money to save, but it's how I'm saving money right now. I'm collecting gold dollars. I'm going to have a little hoard of them. So, selling on Amazon. I watched hours and hours of videos. I mean, when I watch something, I watch like ever. I mean, I turn the TV on maybe, but then I don't pay attention to it. I mean, actually, I'm thinking I cut it off, but I really like my TV because I like some of the programs I do watch. So, I mean, I think it's worth paying for. And now, like with Hulu and Netflix and all these other things, it's like I might think about it. But I got a really good deal on my satellites. I mean, I can't complain on hand, and I'm going to keep it. It doesn't bother me. But so I started watching this actually 2 days ago, how to make money on Amazon and how you can be a seller. Because I didn't really know much about it on hand. I guess I believed in the trivial things that there are a lot of fees and stuff on there. Yeah, there are actually quite a bit of fees and stuff to a point, but I never realized how simplistic it can actually be. And after all the educational things that I've learned from it, and watching these different people that I've seen, I've decided that since I'm not really doing eBay, and I definitely want to make some passive money. Believe me, I love to make some money. And these stories that people make a lot of money, it's not so bad. So, I mean, it's not going to be that hard because, you know what? I already got my own 1,000 books in inventory myself. I can pick up books anytime I want because they're just sitting around the thrift stores constantly. And if anyone actually watched the type of videos that I watched, they can learn the same things that I did. And it's simple. And I mean, I'm watching these people just rake in some money, selling things the same thing that I love to do. I love books. I haven't read much lately, but I mean, I love books. I buy books just to buy books because I love books. I also know I can sell books to make money. But selling books on Amazon, it's really not that difficult of a thing. And then there's FBA, which is FBA by Amazon. Fully by Amazon, I think is what it stands for. I'm not sure. I'm having a little brain fart, but whatever. FBA, yeah. And so you get your items. You set up a seller account is what you do to start with. I already had an Amazon account. But then I went and set up a seller's account. And I'm still watching videos and I haven't actually posted something because I want to learn a little bit more before I do this. And thank God I have, because I've learned my lesson jumping into things. You know what? You should spend a week watching YouTube videos and educating yourself before you do something. Because you know what? You know what the best videos I ever saw? 10 things I wish I'd known before I started doing something. Because a lot of times I would have done something, and then I'll see a video about 10 things I wish I would have known first. And I tell you what, I wish I would have known those 10 things first myself, because they would have made a lot of difference. So, and with this project is the same thing. Now, I did set up a seller's account. I did set it to be FBA. I did actually go out and buy some books today to scan them, because I'm going to do this. I know I'm going to do this one. But after watching all the videos, I realized there's just a few more steps I need to take. I need to take a little bit more education to learning things and stuff, because the videos that really helped out to watch are the 10 things I should have known first. Before you do anything, you should go to YouTube and see if there's 10 things you should know first before you start something. Whether that's learning to garden, taking a business course, trying to do whatever you do. Like I was in Pokemon. I mean, I was a really big Pokemon fan and stuff. I don't even want to go there on end, but you know, I mean, I played Pokemon for about a month, and then I saw these videos of these things that I wish I would have known before I started. And I'll tell you what, it didn't take me long to figure this stuff out anyways myself, because that's what I do, but it definitely would have been very helpful. But I am going to be learning about Amazon and how to sell. And if you watch this video and you're looking all the way to the end and realizing here, I want to tell you the one thing that I did learn that I think is one of the most important things about the situation is, well, it's two things. Well, learned, first thing, is they said read the terms and policies agreement. So you know Amazon has strict rules on how they do things. And they just want you to hear by the rules. They're not difficult rules, but you just got to hear them. Especially if you want to sell something like books. You know, because I guess, you know, they're strict. I'm a book person. A new book is a new book. Not like new, not almost good. New is new, you know. And the condition of a book can make a lot of difference. You know, I mean, just a ripped page, you know what I'm saying? A broken spine. I mean, these are all things that happen in a book, and if you're going to buy a used book, you know what you're getting. So, I mean, you can't complain too much. Spend the money you pay for. But if you're going to spend some money on a book, and the books I saw these people listing they went out and got were worth $15 or more, $50, $100. Sue Ferguson, they had a KIV Preacher's Bible, and it was selling for $450. My amen, a Preacher's Bible, $450. Now I bet you just picked up a Bible and you didn't know what it was. You just think it's a Bible, you know what I'm saying? That's the most popular book in the world, so you know, I mean, you ain't gonna get nothing. No, that book's very valuable. Textbooks are another big one. You know, so I'm going to have to be learning about different types of books, because most of the books that I have aren't worth as much. So, you know, I mean, they'll make a little bit of income, but not the range they're talking about, because the goal, the main goal, what would people like to do? $1,000 a month. That doesn't sound so bad, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I think, you know, on an average income, that's what most people make, or a little bit more on an average. You know, I think the average American income was only like $22,000, $23,000. So, you know what I'm saying? That's just like, you know, double $1,000 a month, you know? So, I saw this one guy's, and, you know, I didn't really seem to want to care for his videos because they weren't so cool to start with, the first couple I watched. But then there was the one that was like, what do you need to do to make $1,000 a month? And I bet you we all would love $1,000 a month. I am. That's my goal. I like to do more than that, but I'm going to strive for $1,000 a month. And what you need to do is you have to be able to sell something for an average of $15 and stuff. And then Amazon, I guess, sends you $10 of that $15, because, you know, there are actually quite a bit of fees to things like that. So, you know, listing something that you're only going to make $1 on means you're going to lose money. So you actually got to find something that's profitable, and they have a great way of doing that. I'll probably talk about it on another video. But if you can sell 3 items a day, or 4, at $15 a day, an item, then you can potentially make $1,000 a month on Amazon. They'll pay you. People buy your items. And you don't have, I mean, I'm going to sell books and, but you can sell anything almost. Well, no, that's not true, because the one video I watched today is Amazon is now restricting products that you can sell a list based on various reasons for, which is somewhat understandable. Like, you can't actually list a new book anymore unless you have an invoice from someplace that you bought it that said it's new, because too many people were scamming off of that one, or the other ones they told me was like grocery items, healthcare items, cameras, electronics. There's certain, I don't know, I'm just learning, so I don't know, but I will tell you, you can't sell just anything on Amazon almost. I guess they're putting restrictions on things, and you can't blame them for that one. You know what I'm saying? So they expect to run a good, clean type business, and they seem to be doing so. And there are rules you have to follow. And I understand if you don't follow the rules, they will enforce them. If you do something wrong, then you're going to pay the penalty for it. And I mean, like if you don't put a label on every item, they charge you 20 cents a label or something like that. And fees add up. Everybody knows fees add up. Have you ever had a bank overdraft fee? You know what fees are. And I think a lot of you had a bank overdraft fees. I tell you what, the only time in the last 20 years or more I got an overdraft fee is when I didn't realize that when I sold stuff on eBay and they took their commission price out, and I didn't quite realize it was happening. And because I don't have overdraft protection on my account, I cannot bounce checks. I cannot overdraft my account. It would be rejected. I said no. But if it's electronic payment and it comes out automatically through something like that, then they actually honor it and they push it through and it's accepted. I'm not sure, maybe it's a bank, agreement with, PayPal, because that's who it went through on hand. But because the day I got an overdraft fee on my account, I called the bank. What? I said I'd had no overdraft. I did not want that. That should never happen. But I learned my lesson with electronic payments. They come out no matter what. Okay, so I'm going to actually get off here and I'm going to go talk to my mom and stuff, and I'm going to scan some more books, and I'm going to watch some videos, and I'm going to educate myself on learning about Amazon and how to sell, and I'm going to learn how to make at least $1,000 a month. Yeah. Who doesn't want $1,000 a month? And to let you know, if you've actually watched the video to the end, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel and give me a like, because I'm trying to build up a following here. And if you'd leave a comment and you want to know something you'd like to hear me talk about, because I'm going to put this on Facebook and I'm going to blast everybody. So I hope someone responds on hand, you know what I'm saying? Because I do appreciate it and I do love you, and y'all have a good night.